Welcome back, everybody. Dren608 Plays. We're playing Xenonauts 2 here, Milestone 6 of their pre-release. This is an everyman playthrough, so I'm playing it on normal difficulty and taking things as they come. I am a Kickstarter backer and also a playtester, so I know there are other things coming in the game and things that you can do in the game that I'm probably not going to divulge at this point until we get to the final release, and then we'll start doing more in-depth tactical quirks that you can get away with in the game and stuff like that. So we're just going to continue on here. I was going to try and use some of these points possibly to get somebody down here for real money. So we're going to try that first. How much does this cost? 325 because he's heavily guarded. Ouch. Close that one. How about this one? It's 105. It'd give me 150,000 from Europe. Okay. 150,000. Need 150 points. How much was this one? 105 points. Where was the other money? Asia. 250. 150 for 150,000. Okay, I think what we're going to do is we're going to go with Europe. We're going to try and get a lock-in on one of these before the end of the game here. So we're going to recruit that for 105. That'll give us some extra money. These are very expensive. So I don't think we can do anything else right now. So we're going to let the time spend. We've got a couple days for heavy lasers. Don't have the money here. So we're going to let this go for a little while. We already sold everything we could sell here, right? Yeah, we sold all our junk. And we have some more research projects that we can do. Observations, column. This gives me more money, so I'll probably go here next. Improve our armor of our own, which lets me put on armor, but right now I can't afford armor. So right now we just need to spend some time, see if we get another mission or we get some research done or something. Let's see where we get to. We got our heavy laser weaponry. The power of a laser is mostly constrained by the limitations on its size and weight. It is rather unsurprising that vehicle-mounted and aircraft-mounted laser weapons pack a far greater punch than their infantry equivalents. The laser cannon demonstrates this clearly, although it functions differently to our existing vehicle cannon, fulfills a similar role. However, the laser bolt it produces is even more destructive than the high-caliber round it replaces, and can blow many targets and most terrain apart with a single shot. Scale this design up until it possesses a credible threat to UFO, and you have the Laser Lance. This weapon can be fitted into our interceptors as a superior alternative to our existing autocannons, with a lower overall rate of fire but a longer range and considerably higher damage per shot. More deadly still are the gargantuan lasers that we could mount in our ground-to-air defense batteries. These enormous weapons would draw power directly from the base generators, allowing them to blast approaching UFOs with a bolt of energy sufficiently powerful to destroy many smaller extraterrestrial craft outright. In each case, these weapons operate on the same fundamental principles as their smaller cousins, using a nanosecond pulsed laser beam to superheat the surface of the target until it vaporizes. They thus share the same strengths and weaknesses: excellent armor destruction but poor armor penetration. You can begin destruction on any of these projects in our engineering department immediately. Okay, so we've got stuff that I can build. And of course I don't have the money to do that. So let's go to our assigning our thing here. 90 days is 12 days away. So I think we can get in a quantum teleportation and then possibly some other things here. So we're going to go here. I can't really afford to do any of these things. 5 days until I get my interceptor up. For vehicles, the laser auto rifle. 40 thermal. The laser cannon does 80 thermal, but I need a lot to build that one. 150 aluminium and alloys. Arrow weapons. To get the laser lance requires 300,000 and 25 and 25, and I only have 35 aluminum. So I'm kind of down here, and I don't have nearly enough to upgrade there. So I don't have nearly enough aluminum to do anything, really, at this point. So we've got to go back out and let things trundle right along and see where we get to. I think there should be another mission coming up, but I'm not sure what kind. Angel 1 has been fully repaired, so at least my airplanes are all fully repaired. An alien abduction site. Improve our relations with the local region, allow us to recover alien resources. 10 civilians. Rescued civilian, reduce doomsday by -3. Abducted will increase it by 2. So we want to make sure that we get more rescued than not. Actually, I'm going to close this and go here. We need to make sure that we have people that can move fast. 76, 67. The Mars. We're probably going to want to change that to the cannon. Las Heavy can move at 71. This rifleman moves at 73. Shield moves at 72. Rifle moves to 78. So the slowest assault I have is this guy at 67. We are not going to need a stun gun. Just can give him a regular pistol. We're not going to stun anything here. We're just trying to get people out of the way. Right? Well, actually, if I take the stun gun, maybe I do want to keep the stun gun on him, just in case. Okay, we're gonna go do this mission. It's in the dark. Oh dear. If I speed this up so I'm not going in the dark. Alright, let's go get it. And we get there to rescue the people. And we'll be back when the battle lines itself up. So here we go. Tchaikovsky. Okay, so we're ready to start our mission. We've got to go rescue people and not die in the process. Okay, take a look out this way. There's one here, and it usually goes around that corner. We're going to move out a step, check to make sure there's nothing coming after us. Looks pretty safe so far. We've got a lot of things to do here. Okay, we've got a corner down here. Trying to figure out what my opposition is. going to tuck myself in here. I think I want to be able to shoot my shotgun. Okay. So the tank's got to scout out a bit. Not seeing any bad guys yet, which is concerning, because they should be out here somewhere. Unless they're all inside somewhere. Oh, they could be doing the inside thing. Okay, I'm gonna put up this gun because we can't shoot the big gun. Shield guy, lady. Okay, there's a guy way back there. He's going to be a problem. She'll kneel down there. I think we're going to put the heavy. It takes 37 for him to fire that. So maybe we'll move him into this corner. And kneel down there. Sniper, we don't have any way of getting up on the roof. I don't see any way to get up on a roof. Or even up on the containers. I don't see any places that have ladders. This is bad. The sniper's going to be somewhat useless. Got an end there. So 1, 2, 3, 4 that I can see. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that I can see so far. I probably need to have an infantry guy move up in here. We're going to have a rifleman come over this way. I have a feeling they're going to come out these doors here. Okay, that's where we're going to stop. We know we've got one bad guy up here. Oh, there's a ladder to get up on a roof. Okay. So we'll end the turn and see what he does. Guys back here, hiding behind the things. Dang it. Hiding where I can't see them. This is bad, this is bad, this is very, very bad. Alright, you need to come around this corner. Kind of out on his own. Now, there wasn't anybody that shot from this direction. There's another one back here in the corner. So I'm going to run up here and kneel down here because I can't shoot anything. Sniper. If you go up, can you see people? Not really. Alright, I need to get some shots off on this guy and I can't do it. Alright, where's the tank? Okay. Building is clear. I know there's bad guys up that way. I missed him. Oh, that sucks. And that's everybody. So I'm going to get some people killed here, I think. I think I'm going to have some KIAs this time. I know there's a couple guys up here with guns. Oh, wow. There's a whole bunch of them over here. Jeez. What the heck was this? Where did this come from? Ugh, my tank is almost dead. Come on, give me my stuff back. Oh boy. This is going to be a problem. He's totally untouched. I should check behind me. Heavy weapons. Oh, we have a problem here, Houston. I have almost no health left. Oh, damn it! Oh, there's bunches of them up there. Too damn many of them. Sniper dude can't see anybody. It's like 3 of them right here. Okay. Now, can heavy gunner. It's 54 to shoot full, huh? Should be here. So we need to have you step out, toss a flashbang right there. Did not suppress him. Shoot him. Miss. You. Shoot him. And back up. And you. I'm gonna go here. Okay. All right, we're gonna have you from here. Free a civilian. There's got to be more out there. Get to here. Somebody's got to run back here for this one, and there's a bad guy in the way. Okay. Who hasn't moved? Sniper cannot see anything to shoot, so he's going to move. All right. I know there's a bad guy over here. I've hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5? Only 5 I've taken down. There's at least 8, sometimes 10. So there's a guy behind me. There's a guy in here somewhere that I gotta take care of. Come on. There's one here, and there's another guy too. So there's 2 back this way. Oh, jeez. Nope, there's no shot there. Only 52%. Got him. There's still this thing back here, which I can't do anything about. Can't do anything about that one. How many have I gotten? 8. There's 2 more. There's one here, and there's one way back there. Oh my lord. That is a long-ass run. Okay. No chance. I'm going to kneel down here. I'm going to take this assault guy. Kneel down right there and hopefully get him when he comes out. We're going to run him all the way up to the corner. Somebody's got to make that run out there. He can't run very far. Run as far as you can. Tank is a mess. Oh, there's a bad guy up here that's going to do something. Okay, I think we got it. We're going to try anyway. Is that it? Yes, I got all the aliens too. Whoa! I was worried there. That was a long run that I had to do. Had to take some chances. Don't think I got too badly wounded though. So we got the Doomsday down to like 0 again. Or close to it. So we've got another lieutenant, another lieutenant. I got lots of lieutenants now. 3 Wraith Corps, they're new. More alien alloys, weapons, cleaner corpse, and ballistic rifles. Okay. We gotta zip ourselves back to base. Let's close this. Autopsy Wraith. Cloaking Field. Health 55, time unit 60, 65 accuracy, 55 strength, reflexes 70, 60 bravery. Rays are an extraterrestrial life form of probable amphibious origin. These peculiar creatures are deadly opponents on the battlefield, possessing great intelligence, remarkable agility, and excellent vision. The physique of a wraith is slim and rangy, with elongated, triple-jointed legs that appear better suited to swimming than running. Their head is disproportionately large, with well-developed eyes and an omnivorous mouth. 2 luminous fleshy protrusions of unknown function on either side of the cranium. The autopsy revealed a number of hardened alloy plates surgically inserted just below the skin in various locations around the body. This subdermal armor renders these creatures relatively hardy combatants, despite their otherwise lightweight physiology, which is why they have so much health. Rays earn their name from the remarkable cloaking abilities that make them rather difficult to hit, as your soldiers can attest. Their chameleon-like skin can instantly change color to match the surroundings, and their armor and weapons incorporate tiny optical projectors that allow them to mimic this behavior. However, this cloaking effect has limitations, primarily that it is unconvincing at short range, where the shimmer and visual imperfections are more easily spotted. Inflicting damage reportedly also causes temporary disruption to the camouflage, leaving the Wraith vulnerable to further attacks for a short period. Nonetheless, Rays are skilled and versatile combatants with few weaknesses. We should treat them with respect they deserve. Okay, we go in here. Now if we say sell junk, not much, but we get to sell a little bit. Okay, let's check our engineering. We're a day and a half done here, 3 days here. So around day 85, we're going to get some stuff. And then maybe I need to go back out here and check on some of this stuff. $195 to get 150,000. It's 175 to get 300,000. I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to wait 1 day and we're going to get more money. We're going to go all in on the money here. If it stays the same, I don't know if it changes per day. I can't remember where the changes is. Africa. 175 gives me 300,000 more per month. So I used all that up, and now we're going to spin along and see if we get any more missions or if that's going to be it. We should get research here in a second. Okay. I don't really have the money. I could build the laser thing there. Could get a laser rifle or two. Eight and 6. I think laser rifles might be better. Corpses wise, I don't have nearly enough. Stun guns. Laser cannon, I still need way too much. Could make a laser auto rifle for vehicles. Air weapons. I need 300,000 to do a laser weapon. Dang it. Well, I do have an airplane, so let's go to our airplane. Here, what's my time? 37 minutes in, so I have an Angel 3. Now, if I remember right, these things cost 4. And I only have 7. If I take off the plating, yeah, I can only put in 2 of these and 1 Sidewinder missile and 1 fuel pod to give him some range. I think the others have fuel pods on them. So what we've got here is Angel 3 is basically going to be my armor destroyer. They'll fire off their torpedoes, their Skylance torpedoes, and then their missile Sidewinder, and they'll get the hell out of Dodge. They aren't sticking around. Okay? And the Angel 2 and Angel 1 will be Sidewinder missiles and finish off with autocannons. Because I can't afford to buy the laser cannons yet. Soon they'll have laser cannons on them. Right now, we're kind of stuck. And research-wise, we've got a day and 13 hours, and then we'll do probably a couple of these to give us damage bonus on these guys. Especially the Mentarks. So we gotta speed ourselves up a little bit. Okay, so we built up this generator. We've got more than enough. This generator, we get some money back. That's why I do that. Because now they have to come through here and here. It's 2-door entry. I still have more than enough power to do things. I'll build another one here. I'll build another generator probably down here in the future. This generator will come out, and then I'll build a hangar here for my 4th ship, which will be the new ships that I build. And these will get shipped off if I can ever get enough money to get a base together. Technically speaking, this is going to stay down. So hopefully, if we go and look at our funding report, right now we're only going to get 693,000 up. So those must go. Where's that 100? Oh, supporter funding is here. So I got 450,000 there. But I don't have enough time, I don't think, to get enough points to get any farther. Okay, so we're still behind the 8 ball here on time, on money. Quantum teleportation. I have long believed that the extraterrestrials must be using some form of faster-than-light travel, FTL, drive to visit our world. Analysis of the recovered alien hyperdrive has confirmed my suspicions. While I have not yet identified the precise mechanism by which the device functions, it seems linked to principles of quantum teleportation. Fanciful though it may sound, The hyperdrive apparently allows the vessel to instantly jump to a new location without needing to traverse the intervening space. Our enemies possessing viable FTL technology would explain much about this invasion that is otherwise difficult to understand. Most notably, the fact that cosmic distances are so unimaginably vast that conducting interstellar warfare should be virtually impossible. Several factors affect the energy required for this process: the mass transported, the distance traveled, and the stability of the quantum fields at the destination. The quantum anomalies observed after a successful jump have a destabilizing effect, making further FTL travel more difficult until they have dissipated. However, we still appear to be missing a piece of the puzzle. My calculations suggest that the energy reserves aboard a destroyer would be insufficient to jump even 1 light year. For reference, the closest star system is 4 light years away. Gaining access to the hyperdrive navigational systems may provide an explanation, and perhaps even identify the source of the invasion. Unfortunately, the device stubbornly refuses to respond to our signals. Interestingly, my laboratory equipment has recorded it establishing a communications channel with one of the electronic components within a recovered Mentark corpse. But with the creature dead, no data was ultimately exchanged. I therefore suggest you try to capture a Mentark alive. It is certainly plausible these bizarre creatures play some role in the alien hyperdrive system. Yeah, catch one of those alive. Okay, assign a research project. We have one alive, so let's do that. Okay, I don't know if we get any more missions. We're only at 42 minutes. If we get a mission, we will stop there. Or maybe I should just stop here. For month end? Let's see if we get to month end. We'll see if we get to the invasion begins thing. That should be coming up now. I am going to build 2 laser rifles. Okay, invasion begins in 1 day. This should change the rules. Breaking news. The transmission. Our enemies distance their presence to the world. A simple message is broadcast across an incredulous planet. We are the Eternal Empire. We invite humanity to serve us. Those who surrender will be rewarded. Those that refuse will be destroyed. You have 3 days to decide. It's been the only thing on every channel for hours now. I don't think there's a single person on the planet that hasn't seen it. Nice of them to give us a time to get organized. One does not need to be a genius to realize the odds are stacked against us. Do you expect humanity to surrender? Not without a fight. People are scared, but they're defiant. We can use that, show the public that victories are possible, and they'll support the war. If we can't, it's game over. They'll decide surrender is the only option. We'll need more support. Our resources are too limited to defeat the invasion alone. You're right. I'm already talking to the Funding Council. They've got influence and connections and evidence we've already spent years fighting the aliens. We'll have what we need soon enough. Doomsday averted. Updated objective. The Doomsday counter has been disabled. The alien transmission has sent shockwaves across the planet, calming tensions between the world powers enough to remove the imminent threat of nuclear war, with fear and defiance leading even the most bitter enemies to consider collaboration. The Xenonauts attempt to organize a united resistance against the extraterrestrial invasion. So if we go to our funding report, we still are only a little bit ahead here. Not going to get enough. So we're going to have to hit these guys up for more money. Now it becomes important about their panic levels. We got to keep their panic levels down. Which is why it would be important to have another base over here. If I could afford it, but I don't think I can. We're going to see if I can get to month end. Observation Mentark. Weapon Mentark plasma cannon. Mentark tentacles, melee, hovering. Blah, 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 blah. A living Mentark is a surreal sight to behold, Commander. The subject remains entirely passive within its containment unit, patiently hovering in place while it endlessly scans the surroundings with its single large eye. Nothing has changed since the creature first arrived in my laboratory. At no point has it shown signs of anger, boredom, or discomfort. Application of an electric shock will cause it to adopt a defensive posture, but after approximately 30 seconds it will simply return to its previous position. This is not the behavior of a fully sentient life form. Indeed, the fact Mentarks are only encountered within the confines of a UFO perhaps hints at their true purpose. I suspect they are powerful biological computers networked directly into their vessel's control systems to assist with piloting and hyperdrive navigation. They are also formidable opponents on the battlefield. You are no doubt already aware of the power of their integrated plasma cannon, but their dexterous tentacles are also easily capable of generating enough force to break bones, as one of my less alert underlings recently discovered. As suspected, Mentarks do employ a miniaturized energy shield to protect their fragile biological sections. Yet detailed scans of the shield envelope have revealed the coverage is not uniform. A number of weak spots have been identified, hopefully boosting the damage of your soldiers inflict on these creatures. That's my plus 10% damage. New research. I've got 2 days and 20 hours. I don't think I'll make that. So let's just go ahead and get started on that. Let's get the regions going, and then we'll go back to hull plating. One day I'll have a laser rifle. Okay. Alright, we're going to make a las rifleman. Sarah Davis, Lieutenant Sarah Davis. You are going to get a laser rifle. 510. You'll need to take an extra thing of these. And then we will change you into las rifle. That's a new loadout. Need 97 strength to pull it off. So they'll be able to do it as soon as I get another las rifle. Okay. Cool. I'm going to see if we can get to month end, and then that's when we'll end. There we are. Phase 2. After 2 days of frantic negotiations, every major world power agrees to support a multinational organization focused on defending Earth. The Xenonaut Initiative is tasked with responding to alien incursions and gathering sufficient information about the invaders to devise strategy for defeating them. Good news, folks. The Xenonaut Initiative has been formally recognized. Every major country signed the treaty. We're the tip of the spear, an elite multinational organization that exists to gather the data governments need to handle local alien incursions. We're now free to operate anywhere in the world without restriction, which is going to make my life a lot easier. They're also agreed to pardon us for any illicit activities we may or may not have been forced to carry out before the rest of the world woke up to the threat. I seem to recall assurances that our activities were entirely legal. I assumed you were smart enough to know that wasn't true. Anyway, Commander, you can begin expanding our operations. We're now receiving additional funding directly from government, so our monthly budget has increased substantially. Seems rather foolish to have any limitations on our budget at all, given the circumstances. This is as cooperative as governments are going to get, unfortunately. They know they need us, but they don't want us getting too powerful. Expect to be kept on a tight leash. That appears incredibly short-sighted. Of course, but we're in no position to argue. This is our best shot at saving the world. I suppose so. From now on, it's critical that we keep our funding regions happy. Protect them and they'll increase our monthly budget. Fail and they'll reduce funding or withdraw from the initiative entirely. Lose too many regions and they'll shut us down. Objective: ensure funding regions do not surrender to the aliens. The establishment of Funding Council and formal recognition of the Xenonaut Initiative has significantly increased your monthly funding. You now need to manage panic levels in each funding region. Regions with low panic will grant additional funding, whereas any region that reaches 100 panic will withdraw from the Council and surrender. Humanity will be defeated and Xenonaut initiative terminated should too many regions surrender to the aliens. Okay, so now these things will take down panic. So I could get this. We're going to do that right now. Well, I still can. What's my funding report look like now? Total income will be 1.6 million. 1 million is going to go to putting a base down in North America. We got to work on building it up. Okay. We got a lot of work ahead of us in the next month. Okay. Okay. Should get here in just a few minutes. There we go. So we're up to 1.8 million. So I got to put down another base. And that's where we'll pick up next time, folks. Is the beginning of month 4. So if you like what you're seeing, please hit the thumbs up button. Please leave me comments on the playthrough. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe, help build the channel. If you hit the notify bell, you'll be notified when I upload videos, when I schedule streams, and put up polls for what to do next on the channel. So subscribing and hitting that notify bell means that you'll know when everything's going to be happening on the channel. Also have a Discord server. I should find the link in the description of the video. That's for talking about games that I'm doing right now, games you want to see me do in the future, stuff like that. So you can join me there for discussions on what you want to see, what you'd like to see me put up on the channel. We'll see if I can make it happen. I have been trying to stream on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Right now it's all Baldur's Gate 3 streams. Friday is Gale Goes Forth, which is just a romp. It's modded, and I take all the companions and all sorts of other little bits like that I have in there just to make it fun to play, but it's not really challenging. On Saturday was a fan pick for me to play a monk with the Drunken Master subclass. I haven't added any mods there yet. I'm probably going to add some cosmetic things, but I think I'm going to keep it at normal four-player gameplay, just to try and keep things real. And then on Sunday, originally I was going to do it as episodic content like this, but I put up a poll and people said, no, stream it. So I'm streaming something I call the Librarian. I'm trying to be level 1 everything, which would give me a Steam achievement of Jack of all trades. And it's been a real interesting journey so far on how to accomplish things. We're just about done with chapter 1. We have to deal with the Githyanki and get one last piece of equipment for my from the Librarian, which will be bracers of dexterity, which will give him a dexterity of 18, and then he will be as kitted out as he can be. He'll be at 14 or better in every stat. So, and then he will go forward from there. Right now, his big thing is he either throws potions or reads scrolls, or he has a little bit of healing magic, so he throws that about. And he has a little bit of bardic magic, so he throws that about. So his big thing is supporting people, and then especially like throwing healing potions, like when 2 or 3 of his people are together but they've been really hit hard, he can throw a big healing potion and give them all healing points back and stuff like that. So that's been his job, is basically support the other 3 so they can actually win the battle. Once in a while he might help finish off something, with like a magic missile scroll, and they only have 1 or 2 hit points left, and he can clean up a few of the strays that way. But in general, he's not really the frontline fighter. He's much more of the support person, which is forcing me to make the other characters that I bring, very important decisions on what I'm running into and stuff. So that's going to be an interesting thing going forward. As you can see, there's some new things over here. We'll go over that next time, about what all this stuff now means, because there's a little different thing here. This one's like bring down the panic. This one's raw materials. I can't remember. there's some things there, but we'll go over those next time when we start up officially phase 2, which is they're starting the invasion. You can see there's 91 days to waveform peak. That's when most of them will be here, and you pretty much have to be ready to take them on within 3 months. And I probably will not be able to handle it. I am going to drop them base here in southern U.S. somewhere, just to get it started, because I do have to get a second base up. It's always the nicest thing to get is a base in North America and a base like in southern China here, because then you cover about 80% of the globe with your radars, and that can help you pretty much keep the UFO attacks under control. But it's very hard to do. So it's hard to get those 3 bases up. That's what we're going to attempt to do going forward here, and we'll see how well we do. Okay? All right. I think that's it for everything. And I'm Dren608. Until we meet again, stay safe and bye-bye.